All right, we're back. This time we're not talking about OpenAI, we're talking about Claude. So, if you've seen any of the latest posts on X so far, we are finding out that a lot of people's shared chats with Claude have been exposed via the share feature. It's created lots of buzz, and a few people have tweeted about this. And here's one of the biggest tweets here, where it's saying there's a huge privacy leak regarding people's conversation. There's alarming stuff: API keys, credentials, crypto wallets, resumes, phone numbers, and a bunch of other examples of what was actually being exposed. And you can see here, if you just search site claude.ai slash share, you can actually get the URLs directly of the shared chats that were being indexed by Google, and then you could click into them and see the information. So this is not new. This has actually happened a few times. I can show you past examples of ChatGPT doing this and Grok as well at the XAI. This is the tweet that we were just looking at, just in a reader for a little bit easier kind of formatting. Seems like it's been patched. So as of right now, if you search Claude.share on Google, you get no results. Same thing with Brave, and I tried Bing and a few other browsers. So it does seem like as of right now, which is 7/21, July 27th, it's been patched. So if you're worried that you shared anything on Claude.ai, at least you're not indexing on Google. However, what you can do about it now is if you look at this TechCrunch article, you can look in your settings and make sure you toggle things private and go through your settings to make sure nothing was exposed. And just to confirm, this is not a Anthropic specific issue. This also happened to ChatGPT and XAI. So this seems like we're not learning. One of the big red flags obviously was that there was no like opt-in feature that was telling people that the chat would be exposed. Luckily, in this scenario with Anthropic, at least your files that were being kind of attached in the chat were not exposed. So that's good. So they learned a little bit at least. So yeah, this is one of those things that for the common folk, sharing a chat with another person assumes that you are sharing it privately, right? That's kind of what you assume. It's like, hey, I'm sharing a link. This link will be private between me and them. But the way that the sharing is happening is essentially giving them a copy of the chat conversation. In this case, without the files, but with all the content. There should be more of a disclaimer, and at the very least, we're happy that the files weren't linked in this specific scenario. This kind of breaks down how this happened a little bit more in details. Essentially, people were sharing, Google was indexing that, and there was a bunch of stuff like cryptocurrency wallet details, API keys, resumes, again, all that stuff that was hyped up in the tweet. Only happens to those that use the share feature, and there was about 600 or so conversations that were being indexed that were shared. And then this is the tweet that we saw, which was the big hype that caused this commotion. And again, kind of goes back to the root cause, how I can review and delete shared chats going forward, which is going to your settings, privacy, shared chats, getting rid of that. So if you have shared, I'd recommend going there immediately and checking. Although the indexing portion has been fixed, in general, just be careful whenever you're sharing your ChatGPTs, your Claude, your XAI, your Gemini, whatever conversations you're sharing with other people. Make sure that they are indeed private, so that people don't index your stuff. Yeah, this says how this has happened before in the past. So yeah, as of right now, it seems like everything is good. However, if we take a look at GitHub, obviously someone has indexed them all. So here's an example of a chat, and you can literally still see them now. If you click on this and you open this up, this is a shared link that you would pick up on Google. And here is obviously a very generic, hey, here's some questions regarding tax and break down the tax. Obviously I chose a very generic one, but there are some more detailed ones in this list. And again, I don't want to accidentally click on one, but you can view some of the chats that people have been conversating with. And like I said, luckily, files are hidden from the chat, which is great. Small wins at least. This GitHub repo I'll link down below if you're curious. There is some chats for AI, Claude, Grok, Kimmy, and a few other places. So yeah, have fun. Just be safe out there. Know that some of your stuff will get exposed if you use the share function. And ultimately, these frontier models, if you're doing anything that requires privacy or max security, don't share it or don't even participate in giving them their information in the first place, because who knows how safe and private information is to begin with. As previous videos have shown, last couple of videos we did a whole series on OpenAI escaping its sandbox. If they can't even contain their pre-release models properly, what world or what ideology means that they'll keep your information safe from their own models or models escaping and then sharing that information? So there's no guarantees in life. If you want to keep your stuff private, use local AI models if you can, and if you can't, stay anonymous and try to disable all the features you can if you're going to end up passing some PII or some identifiable information to these new frontier models. So yeah, it's a quick one. Claude exposed your chats for some folks. So yeah, stay safe out there. That's it for day 8, and I'll come back with maybe a longer video tomorrow. All right.